Hi guys, so this is going to be a documentary about a 30-day challenge that was proposed by my core professor. Basically, we've been learning a lot about sustainability and waste in our core class, and the challenge that was proposed was to, for 30 days, contain all our waste that is not recyclable, compostable, or reusable in this mason jar here. So anything that does not fit under those categories over the next 30 days has to go in this jar. And I think this is going to be a really interesting challenge. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to take it as seriously as I possibly can. I'm curious to see how the college lifestyle is going to play out with it. It's really going to put into perspective like all the little daily activities that we have. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth or maybe you floss or something. Where does that floss go? Or the food that I'm going to be buying at the grocery store. Do I need to buy things that have this packaging, or there are alternatives that I can have so I don't put more waste in here? So it's going to be really interesting, and I guess I'm going to, document as much as I can throughout the next 30 days and share it here with you guys. So see how it goes. So day one's going pretty well so far. I'm about to make some coffee. I have a reusable cup for my Keurig, so that'll be pretty good, and a giant bag of coffee grounds that I've had, and that I usually try to use that in my Keurig. So be putting that in a reusable cup, and won't have to worry about any other paper waste or plastic waste for my coffee. So, recap of day one. I say first day of the challenge went really well today. I guess go over my day. I woke up and since I basically have no food in my apartment right now, my fridge is completely empty. I went to the dining hall, just had breakfast there, ended up having lunch there. Guess usually during my normal day, since my Keurig is really on its way out and like kind of dying, it's so slow. You have to make like multiple cups of coffee just to get one like sufficient cup. I've usually just like completely bypass that and usually just go buy a cup of coffee from the school store. So I just took the extra time today and made a Keurig cup of coffee. Tasted fine and used my reusable cup. When I went to go get meals today, I also used a Tupperware to take some stuff to go, so that was awesome. And I guess I would say that my only waste that I had today was with my dental floss, which is in here. You might not be able to see it. Oh, there it is. And then just something that I'll probably just won't really account for, I'd like to use less paper towels, but unfortunately, school gym, I go every day. Using a lot of machines, you have to wipe them down. But I guess I just won't account for that for this challenge. But yeah, going pretty well. Keep at it. So I'm about to go get groceries because I'm finally going and filling my fridge. Have been without food for a little while, but I have my reusable bag riding shotgun with me on the way to Stop and Shop, and I'm going to do what I can to buy whatever I can that's not in packaging of any sort, and make sure I try not to use any of those plastic bag things for vegetables. So let's see how it goes. So this is what I ended up getting at the store. I have some sweet potatoes and apples and some other fruits and veggies. So I tried to do what I could with not buying things in packaging, but unfortunately all the carrots at Stop and Shop come in a plastic bag there, so that probably will not be able to be reused, or maybe I can reuse it for something else. Cauliflower only comes in a wrapping. And I've just put my broccoli in another broccoli bag that I used for my other broccoli. So maybe some of this can be used recycled, but did not purposefully put anything in plastic bags or try to reuse what I could. So this past weekend, I went to a conference in Buffalo, New York, and I found it really, really difficult to be able to recycle or do any composting or anything while I was there. We had a lot of takeout, the group I was with, and it was interesting to see, now I'm starting to notice a lot more that, different restaurants will have like, oh, this is compostable, but then, or recyclable, and then you go to throw things away and all they have is a regular waste bin. So it completely defeats the purpose, but that was really difficult. But I did what I could with putting plastic bags in my mason jar, any dental floss, any sort of like little wrapper things. I really couldn't account for for what was used, but I will document what I did have at the conference that I had to like throw away and couldn't make part of the challenge, just so I have note of that. But what was really awesome about the university I was at this weekend was that it was such a big university, and they had such good processes for putting things for what would go in a landfill or what needs to be recycled and what is regular waste and all that stuff. So it made it actually really easy while at the university and on that campus to be able to follow those rules. It's much different than the campus here at school. It's just very, very difficult. There aren't any waste receptacles like for recycling in certain places, and like there's no composting receptacle besides like in the housing areas. So like it would be nice to have that on our campus too, but we don't really have it. So that's a little difficult, I guess, in a good comparison to kind of see how other places do things. So I'm a week into the challenge, and this is what I have in my jar so far. I have a bunch of dental floss, one plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, another little plastic bag, and then a soap wrapper, and a bunch of tampon wrappers that you really just like can't do anything with. And there's a few smaller little like plastic wrappers that can't be recycled. So I guess for the ladies out there, we have a lot of waste from those silly tampon wrappers. There are alternatives, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a waste here with all that. But there we go. That's a week. So I got some exciting things today. I got a compost bucket, and I now have the compost that I've been saving just so I can put it in the bucket. So yeah. Hello people, so I'm going to be weird and talk to myself in the grocery store and hope no one hears me, but this is what I have gotten so far in my journey here at the grocery store. Unfortunately some things are packaged, but they kind of need to be. Can't really buy pretzels by themselves, or your yogurt. But yep, this is what I have. I found some cauliflower that doesn't even come in a wrapping in it. I've never seen that before. Here, Sour Chips, so that's great. I have my reusable bag. So today is Earth Day, and I figured it would be a good day to share some progress on the challenge. Looking at this jar, it makes me realize how much I suck, and how awful we can be to planet Earth. So this is some of my trash that I've been collecting, my waste. I have a lot of these little cellophane bags in there, and wrappers, and a spoon, and I think a chapstick. And I've been watching what I've been using and everything, but realistically, if I wasn't being as strict with this challenge, with regular real life decisions, I'd have so much more waste than this. So it's really starting to be put into perspective how much we waste. So about halfway through the challenge, a couple more weeks to go, and I guess we'll see where we end up. So my compost bucket is completely full. You can't really see stuff under it, but I had a cauliflower in there, and it's ready to go into the compost bin at school. So hey y'all, so here I am taking more videos in public, hoping no one will hear me. But I'm currently at a conference at UMass Lowell for engineering education, and I just wanted to point out some of their recycling practices that they have here. Okay, no one's coming. Look like a freak. But they have recycling bins and trash bins that are very well labeled here. And they have them all around every corner, and I don't know, it's kind of cool just to really enforce that idea. So here are the trash and recycling bins that are clearly labeled with what you can throw in them, and the school also has this recyclelution, instilling these recycling measures all across the campus. So we have guest star Kevin here. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he thinks about these trash and recycling things around campus.
Really nice. You have the pictures. You can see we can throw in the trash. You can see what we recycle. And then there's about 8 in one hallway. That's a lot. And in the engineering program at Roger Williams, we have 2 for the entire bottom building, pretty much the entire building, and we have 1 trash bin on top. So they're doing a really good job in notifying you what you can actually throw out or what you cannot throw out. And you can feel really nice about recycling because it says zero sort recyclables.
Yay, Kevin!
Yeah.
So I'm finally at day 30 of this mason jar challenge, and I've decided that it's time to unleash the jar and show you everything that was in there and what I accomplished and what I did not accomplish with this challenge. So this is a view of what I had inside my mason jar after the 30 days. Aside from the deodorant, the shampoo bottle, and a body spray bottle, everything else was in my mason jar. And separating it all, having it outside of the jar right now, I literally want to throw up. It smells so bad. I think I had some like nail polish remover stuff and excess food pieces that are rotting a little bit. It smells really bad, but you can at least see from all of this where my problem areas were. I tried to follow the challenge as much as I could, and doing that, there were still some areas in my life that I guess could use improvement. So I have like some of these like wrappers and stuff, like carrot bag, and just like a couple Ziploc bags, and something from like cauliflower and crackers, and you know, it has a floss a lot, so I have like a whole pile of dental floss here. And like I'm a girl, so I get my period and stuff, so all these stupid tampon wrappers, it just kind of makes you feel kind of bad about what you're doing, even when you're following a challenge and trying to limit what you're using. You just see, like, you know, perspective. This is all the stuff I'm throwing away, and I honestly probably throw out way much more than this, so it's incredible to kind of see and put everything into perspective. There are definitely a lot of takeaways from this challenge. I think one of the most powerful things is just the impact that we as humans have on nature. You know, there are all this packaging and stuff like that. You know, yeah, it's incredible where we've come in our society today from like technology standpoint and what we can do with packaging, and it is really incredible. But like having all of this together, you just really see the impact that we have. And you know, now all the stuff that I have in my jar, I'm not gonna save it and put it on my mantle. I'm probably gonna go throw it away. And all of that is just gonna be out in the garbage. All this plastic, you know, hopefully it gets sent to a good spot. But you know, realistically, stuff like this ends up in our environment and in nature and is destroying nature. So really, again, major perspective with this project. But I guess one of the biggest messages that I've learned and I have for you is that, you know, for those of you who have taken part in this challenge, the challenge doesn't end with the jar. You know, it might be the end of 30 days and you might not be collecting your trash in it anymore, but the challenge doesn't end. The challenge to, you know, use fewer resources like this and unleash all these things out into our world, and purchase from companies that have these types of poor packaging techniques that aren't sustainable. But yeah, I guess this is it, and thank you for watching.